Hi guys, welcome back. Oh, right, well, as it says, I've got myself some timber. I thought I'd go and do a bit of shopping. So I popped down and bought some wood. I thought I'd show you a few bits that I've got. Now, these came from Raventhorpe Timbers. Now, that's up this way. If you're in like East Riding of Yorkshire or up this Yorkshire way, Whitby, all around that sort of area. You know, we used to have Snayton. I used to like Snayton, but they closed up. Turner's Retreat now have gone online, so they're not around here. So if you want your wood, you've got to buy it online. You can't go and sort it out. I'd rather go and pick my bits of wood. So I've used this place before, but I haven't been there for a little while. And I thought I'd go and get some different bits of wood. Okay, they're not bad price. It's nice there. You can have a nice walk around, look at all the different bits of wood. I've got myself some Brano. Now pieces of Zabrano's quite expensive anyway. Bit like that, £8.25. So that's not too bad. I've got a bit of coconut. Quite like that. They do some nice big blocks of that actually. £12.95 for a bit of coconut. So I think that's all right. I've not turned a piece of that. So I don't know what that'd be like. What else we got here? Nice bit of spalted beech. I might turn that in a minute. £4 for a nice little bit of spalted beech. Now these are some bits of larch, and I like are fantastic because when you go there, it's got all crates of firewood, and I managed to get a few bits out of it because I don't want a whole crate load. Larch, it's nice. It's basically like Christmas tree type wood. It's not fantastic for turning, but if you want to practice, if you want to just play, make some Christmas bits, it can be all right. The only trouble with this, it's like the cheap pine I use, the spruce. It's very open pores on it, and what you get when you get the grain, very open grain. I mean, when you get it, it's like the grain bits come out of it. So again, don't beat. Look, you can see when you cut it, it doesn't matter how good or sharp your tools are. It's very open grain like that, so you will get bits come out. It's a bit like turning punky wood, but it's great if you just want to practice on stuff. You know, it's like throwaway wood, isn't it? It's firewood, you can just use it. Like I said, I've got some Zabrano black limber. I've got a piece of black limber that looks really nice, those grain. I just wanted to go and pick out some wood that had some nice grain. Perota bold black, Perota, whatever that is, I ain't got a bloody clue. But anyway, some exotic woods, you know. Got some nice bits of spalted beech. Now I love spalted beech, and bits like that for £6. That's not actually bad price. Little bits like that, £3.50. Okay, I've got a square of it because I do like square. £3.50. Nice, highly spalted. I've got a piece of Sequila or whatever, that one. Okay, right. It's so light. It's a big lump of wood, but it is so light. Wait, I'm looking forward to turning that. It's got some nice colours in it. We'll have a go with that. Yeah, and then I've got a couple of bits of walnut. Okay, they're not bad. £6 black walnut. So I've got a couple of those. So that was it, guys. That was like I say, wood's expensive no matter where you go nowadays, isn't it? And that was £100 worth of wood, basically. So there you go. That was £100 for that little lot. I'm going to turn that. I'll get a really nice bit of spalted beech here. That was £4 for that piece. And the nice thing with all these bold blanks is they've all got centre marked on it. They've all got a little compass mark where centre was, where it's been cut out. So that's pretty good. It makes it easier for you to find. I'm going to leave that one out. And as I say, the larch, it's a lovely wood. It's nice patterns. I like it. But as I said, the problem with it is, and I mean these could be, look, a couple of bits, a few bits like this. So you can pick a few bits out if you want. I've got other firewood as well. So right, I'm going to get rid of this. So I'll come around there, and then I'm going to turn a bit of spalted beech. If you want to watch, you can watch. So I'll bring you back in a second, guys. Right, okay, guys, I'm back. Got me a cup of coffee. Now Lisa's not here at the moment, so she's doing some bits and pieces in indoors painting some Christmas things and stuff. She loves all that. So I'm on my own now. That could mean that, well, this will either go all right or not. There you go. That's two ways. I will probably put the camera in one place, like where you are now, zoom you up a little bit, and then just work from that, because I won't be able to keep moving the camera about. I'll do what I can. Right, I've drilled a hole for my worm screw. Okay, this is a 7mm for this one, and I've put a little bit of ply as a backing, 10mm ply as a backing, so I don't need the whole screw. Okay, that goes in halfway. That's more than enough. So I'm going to screw this on. Right, there we go. Nice little nip. Right, now, as you can see, that gets quite tight there. So that will tighten more as you turn. So I always like to back mine off a bit so it loosens the thread a little bit, and then go back in. Okay, and that is it. Now, if I put that in, you can see that's tight. That's it. That don't go over, because as soon as you make a few cuts, it will always tighten a little bit more. No matter how much you wrench it up, it will tighten that little bit more, and you don't want to over tighten it. Okay, now that's a little bit like offset, but it shouldn't need a tailstock or nothing like that. Okay, now because that isn't perfectly round, I will true it up first. But as you'll know, when I do I never go across the front. I will always go from here and go. Well, you'll see what I do anyway. Right, I'm going to. This is Sunday afternoon, right? It's 3:30 now, Sunday afternoon, and I'm just out here having a little bit of fun on my own. So I'm got now. This is just give you some measurements on this bit of spalted beech. Okay, it's 6 inches, and it's 1.5 inches deep. Now, for those of you who want to know in metric, is 150mm by 38mm. Okay, that's it. So there's not really much you can do with this other than turning a little dish shaped bowl, probably like a little coin dish, little coin bowl or something like that. And that's what I'm going to do. It's just for a bit of fun turning. And I am going to use the fine bar tools, because I want to. I still haven't sharpened it. It's still from the last time I used it. Okay, I really just want to test and see how these go, because I highly recommend them, really do, and I just want to keep testing them at the moment and see how well they hold up, how well they hold an edge and do things. So this will probably be done with two tools, 1/2 inch spindle gouge and 1/2 inch bowl gouge, and that'll probably be it on this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my face shield on. Okay, I'll start up and we'll get that going. Right. I'm going to zoom you in a bit. So let me come up. I'm just covering my coffee up with a bit of kitchen towel. I'm going to zoom you in on here. I'll put you down this end like this, and if I zoom you up to about there, then you should see pretty much most cuts. That must have been £4.50 at that. When I took the sticker off, it had £4.50, lowered down to £4. So there you go. Right, as I always say, I go across and on the corner, tool post on the corner. Okay, this is for new turners as well. As I know people say, oh, you could do that a lot quicker. Yeah, I know I could, but I'm trying to help people. Okay, right, okay then, let's get going. I'm going to start that up, step to the side, just in case it did decide it wanted to throw itself off. Right, and the way I will true this edge up, so that's got quite a bounce, is I will come in here, okay, and I will cut across here. Right, so a little bit more towards that back edge. Okay, so bevel's in contact, that's the bevel there. Keep the bevel in, handles right down low. There we go. I want to keep this as much width as I can. That's alright, that's in there. Look, nice shavings coming off of that. Right, so now I'm going to start to get some shape on it, okay?
I ain't going for lovely shavings. This is bone dry, absolute bone dry. There's no wetness to this whatsoever, and yeah, tool's doing really well. Right, I'm going to give a little bump shape there, just because I think it adds a little bit to it. Handles right down nice and low. Come to there for the moment. Right, that's enough on the outside for the minute. I'm going to put a tenon on, so that means I'm going to have to cut in. I think I'm going to keep this. I'm thinking I'm going to keep it quite a wide base on this. So I'm going to bring this down for my sharp claws. Looking at that and looking at them, right, I can see I need to go a little bit more. There, that should do it. Right, that's dovetailed. I haven't got to touch that because that'll turn away later. So now, I don't want this to be flat here. I want this slight curve here. It's just something I quite like. I've got to lower my tool rest out and I've got to bring it round a bit. There we go. Nice, got that little just there. That's alright. Little line there, can take that out. Just cuts a bit too much then. There we go. Right. I'm going to be finishing this bottom bit off after, so I'm not touching too much on that. Right, we've got a little bit of a flat on that. There we go. I want all nice curves. There, that's enough. I'm going to sand it. Let's first see what finish we've got off that tool. Oh, lovely finish. It's a nice bit of wood actually. It's a nice finish straight off the tool. Yeah, and that, as I said, that hasn't been sharpened. Only that first time I've done it. Oh right, sorry. I thought you had to switch it on, I've just got to push that tonight. It's a 180 grit. Now I don't know what, I think I'm going to oil this. I think I'm going to put a bit of oil on it. So I won't put my finish on until I'm finished. Right, it's awkward when you do it because there looks like a line but it's not. I know that's the spalting. So, you know, you could be going and going and going trying to cut that out and you won't get nowhere. So I'm going to do a 240 and I might go up to 320 grit. Okay, so that's the 240. That's a 320. put the 180 back on, because otherwise I'll forget when I come to do it. And when I get that sort of thing happen, just use your wire brush and get it off. There you go, right. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, that's a nice finish on there. Yeah, and I'll be taking that off afterwards. Right, now, let's see. Because this is where I say, yeah, see, comes off nice and easy. Because that's really smooth and slippery, see, and I don't want to have to get hold of it with anything. Right, let's pop this off. There we go. Oh, pick that up. Right, just pop that up there where it lives. And I'm going for my shop tools, which it should. Yep, should get hold of that nice on there. Yeah, and that Ravenfall timber yard, that Beverley, Tony was the one I was supposed to, so shout out to Tony, he's a nice guy. He was the one that served us there. Probably going to need that back there. Right, I'm actually going to, yeah, so the spindle gouge, yeah, that still hasn't been sharpened, so you've just seen what I've done with it, and I used it that from when I first sharpened it. I haven't touched it since, okay, and I won't do. I'll let you know when I actually have to sharpen them. And I've done a few other bits as well with it, and the bowl gouge is the same, and I haven't sharpened that, and I'm going to use the bowl gouge now on this. And I know I'm saying about these, and like I said, because I've always recommended like affordable tools, and Record Power I've always said has been pretty good, but having found these, I think they're just far superior. They're absolutely fantastic. So right, I'm a little bit low there. I do tend to like to be on centre. I'm still a little bit low, and then I will always lower it down if I need to as I get in there. Right, that'd be alright to start with. Let's start it up, step to the side, everything's running through. Yep, nice and true. So right, let's just go in there and get some of this out. Like I say, this obviously is going to be just a shallow sort of dish, really. Right, I'm a little bit high, very tiny bit high, so come down just a fraction. Right, I can see here where I'm going, so now start checking on how thick I am. Yeah, I can go a bit more. Right. Okay, I'm not going to go over thin on the bottom. It's for coins, so it's got to have a little bit of stability, if it is the coin. So this one. There we go. It's quite nice there. Little bump just there. Came back and took it out. Very slight one there, but that's alright. Okay, let me just take this off. Don't want to go any thinner than that. Nice, clean up that edge there. Clean up then. Right, now what I do want to do, because I know I don't normally use them, you know guys, but I did say about it, we've got this negative rate. I just want to say, I purposely said there's a little bump there and I didn't take it out, so I'm going to come back and take it out with a negative rate just to see how it goes. Very smooth. There you go. Look, I might be getting converted here. Now about it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with using a scraper. That's lovely and smooth there. That's finished that up nice. Let's see a little bit on this bottom. Yeah, I've got a little bump bit there. There we go. Easy as that. Well, there you go. Nice tool that. That is really hit solid. That's a lovely bit of kit. The only reason I'm using it is because it's such a nice tool. And the bolt gouge is yeah, very nice. Very nice as well. I can highly recommend these tools. Right, okay. Remember we've got a lot of sporting in here. Sporting, I should say. Not sporting, it's not sporty. Not sporty spice. Nice bit of sporting. Nice. Feels very nice, yeah. Get in there, get in there. Right, that's the 180 grit. That's the 320. Where's the 240 grit? Right, 240 grit. Whenever I'm doing things like little bowls and stuff, well, even big bowls, I always just use this fantastic, absolutely fantastic tool. Brilliant. Well, it was good, and then when I add my sanding arbor, it just becomes fantastic. It's nice because you can hold that, even when it's spinning, you can hold that, give yourself a nice bit of stability there, see? There we go. I think that's about it. Yeah, I have said before, you do go for one of these Makita. It's an actual angle drill. A lot of people keep asking me about my angle grinder. It's an angle drill. Get the key chuck, not the keyless one. The keyless one, you've got the big black bit and it gets in the way. Key's better. Once you put that in, you virtually never take it out, do you? So, right, that's that done. Let's have a look and see what we've got. Oh, look at that spalting in there. That's nice. Look at that. Okay, and beautiful finish. We've got no tear out. We've got a nice come in and sort of got a flattish sort of bottom bit on that. Cause that's nice for a dish. That's a lovely piece of wood. That. Now I would think about waxing that, but I think because it's going to have like change and stuff, I think I'll go for a debris. You know, what am I talking about? An oil. That's what I was on about. An oil. Right, now I've got to see where that's going to fit. That would fit in that chuck, but that would probably mark the edge. So I might have to go for my cold drawers there. Hey ho, I ain't used them in for a while. I haven't used them for a while, I should say. So let's put it on. Now I would cut you off for that, but I'm not going to. I'll just leave you on. I'm gonna I do like to see what chucks I can use. Quite often, see, I would use that with the big jaws and get that in there, but it's going to be too much. I think that would mark it. I don't think I'd get it near to a circle and it would mark it. So I think it's going to be a case of these. Not my favouriteest of jaws, as you can see, they're quite dusty. I don't use them very often. I don't turn bowls very often, so that's why. Right, okay. Right, I reckon this will be okay in where it is. If it will go out far, oh come on, don't be a tit. Look at that, that's what I hate there. Oh, it's gone in, it's okay. We've got it. That's what I hate cold jaws. But never ever are they right. Apart from that time. That's it. But the one good thing is when that's tightened up like that, and it don't have to be over tight. That's it, just a nip. Because these are over the hangover, that can't come off. You'd have to do something really silly to make it come off. Alright, now I'm going to turn it down a bit because that's 2,500 RPM is not really the thing to be turning them at. So it's best to turn them down. And I'm just going to do a little foot on the bottom of this. Do something on the bottom, okay? Right, let's start that up. What are we at? Right, I'm going to turn it down just a fraction more. Yeah. Right, I'm at that speed. Now, oh sorry, my spindle gouge here. There we go, we'll use the spindle gouge. I'm going to bring this in. I've got to go a little bit slower because I've got the speed turned down a bit. Right, we've got a nice bit there. Right now, I'm just going to do this as a little foot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll in here, like so, and then roll across the top, like that. That puts that as a little bead, okay? I'm just going to roll that in and make that a little bit deeper there. That's nice, that cut that really nice there. I am going to just come in here, like so, and then just kapackle with it a little bit. That's it, that feels nice. And then I'm going to take another cut here. There, very nice. Yeah, that's deep enough. That's just a little fancy without being over the top. Doesn't need it. Because spalted, I don't like too much on spalted wood because it's got its own stuff, hasn't it? Just spalted wood. Clean up on that and clean up around here. I'm not going to touch this at all. I'll do a tiny little touch with some hand because that is such a clean finish on that, it doesn't need any sanding. And the final one for 320. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of 120, just to come in around the teeth. It doesn't really need any sanding. And what I don't want to do is take away the little bit of detail. Put a bit on that bottom, and that is that. Thank you. Thank you. There we go, see? Beautiful finish on that. There, that's a lovely finish on that bulb. Dish, whatever you want to call it. Let's get that open. Now I've got to pop it out of there. You'll pop, pop. There we go. Now we ain't put no finish on that yet, and as you can see, that's my little shape. I just like that. That's my foot there. That's what I like doing. Yeah, all right, stay there, you. Okay, so that's that, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a bit of an oil finish on that, and because it's right, because it's what is it, Christmas time coming up, isn't it? You know, I'm going to use a little bit of citrus oil because drop that on the floor. Oh, sorry guys. One, I haven't got any finishing oil at the moment. I like the chestnut finishing oil, and I'm going to get some when I go to Harrogate in a few weeks' time. Because yes, I'm going to Harrogate. So, oh, let me take this off. I've still got my facial. I forget I have it on. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm going to be going to Harrogate. So, I'm going to do, got some of this. This is Island's citrus oil. Okay, I've had this for years. Don't use it very often. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to put. Oh, come on! I'm going to put some gloves on because otherwise this stuff. Let me take you out of here. You might have been a bit too zoomed up to see that oil. I will show you it again in just a second, guys. There, that's what it was. Okay, that's the oil I'm using, and in case you didn't see it, that was the finish of the bowl there. Got a bit of a dusty screen there. Okay, now I'm going to put some gloves on because this citrus oil, it gets on your hands and it's there forever. It really is, and I don't mind the smell of it, but not when you go to eat something and all you can smell is citrus. Okay, so I'm going to just pour a little drop in there, like so. Now this doesn't go over shiny like a lot of the other oils. You lie and get, look, it's just shined that up nice. No, it's not as shiny. It dries out a bit flatter, but it is popping this. Actually, just pour a little bit more in there. That's it. Do it like so. I get the cloth really soaked in it. Give it a good old go in, and that'll be left to soak in and dry up. Oh, look at that spalting on that. I absolutely love spalted beech. I think spalted beech has got to be one of my favourite woods, really. I like yew, but yew is it's a funny wood, yew, and it can crack quite a bit on you if you're not careful. Yew's all right. It's nice. Sometimes it's just all reddish colour. You know, I like the sapwood and the mix, so it's getting the nice pieces. But I must say, I do like beech anyway. I think beech is a fantastic wood for turning. Probably one of the best woods to turn with is beech. But normal just beech is a bit boring, if you like. It's sometimes you get some nice grains in it and that. But spalted beech is one of those woods that spalts really well, and it's just beautiful. It's gorgeous. So there we go. That's that done. And as you can see, this doesn't go all shiny gloss. It dries, evaporates very quickly. This, but the smell for Christmas time, because the citrus smell.
See the citrus. There you go. Now I'm gonna. Okay, yeah, they're dry. It's dried off of that. Evaporates very quick. What I'll do is I'll just zoom the phone up a little bit. There, just zoom you up a little bit there. And we've got our. I like that sort of shape. Okay, it's something. There's the bottom. That's spalting on that. So there you go. Not bad for a £4 piece of wood, is it? Eh? Not bad at all. So there you go. Nice little coin dish. You could put anything in it, couldn't you? You could put some little sweets in it and put it on the side. Christmas time's coming. Oh, it smells absolutely gorgeous. It really does, and that lasts for ages. If you take that indoors now, the house will smell lovely. It really does. Good for potpourri. If you do potpourri pots, that's very good. That I've done another little dish earlier in it, and this is the one out of pine. It still smells absolutely gorgeous, but that's dried up. That's the same oil, but completely dried up, and it just goes. It doesn't change the colour of the wood. Doesn't do anything. And it's a really nice one and a lovely smelling. If you put a bit of potpourri in there, it's just absolutely, it is really good. You know, I've had that one for years. Literally probably about 15 years. You know, I don't often use it, but there you go. Anyway, that's it, guys. That weren't the turning today. That was just one. Let me bring you out now. Right, put you there. So there you go, guys. That's all it was. Little shout out for Raven Fault. Yeah, very good. Fantastic, nice selection of woods in there. Some are very expensive, some are nice and cheap. Depends what you want. And the chance of some firewood. Like I said, not everyone sells their pieces, and sometimes a lot of people. I mean, most of the turners I know want to just go out in their workshop and literally just do some turning. It's their hobby. You know, some people take up golf, some people take up fishing, some people take up shooting, some people take up knitting, things like that. I don't know what they take up, do I? But you know, I'm just saying, aren't I? But some people take up wood turning, and they want it just as that little getaway, that little clear your head and go out and do a bit of turning. So there you go. And the tool, as I said, I'm not paid or anything like that. Yes, Fine By sent me the tools because obviously I don't need any tools, guys. I'm not going to go and buy tools. They asked me if I'd be interested. I said send them to me, and when I got them I was absolutely blown away by the quality of those tools for their price. Absolutely blown away. I highly recommend them. Now I know a few people said that they've been messaged to say they're out of stock of a lot of the items. Yes, and I spoke to Katrina from Fine By Tools, and she did say they replenished their stock before I did the videos. They didn't actually know the videos were going up. They thought I was going to have a look at them, test them, tell them what I thought, and then I've just done a video because I thought they're fantastic. And they actually sold out very, very quickly. At the time when I've done the video, I didn't know that was a national holiday for them, and national holidays, they all have holiday. And when I could, basically they were sold out because they sold so quick, really did, so fast. But they are getting their stock back in, so that's all good. And I can't shout about them enough. The quality of these tools for their price. And like I say, I ain't sharpened them yet. You see how they're cutting, and I'm going to keep cutting until I need to sharpen it, and then I'll tell you. And there we go, guys. Absolutely fantastic. So, as I said, there are. I mean, if you're in the UK, I mean, Record Power, I've always set rated Record Power. They are good, but they have got pricier. But compared for money, value for money for quality of tool, that beats everything hands down. So anyway, that is it, guys. There's me little bowl, a little bit of Spalted Beach. Okay, little bowl, little dish, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it a coin dish. Okay, but I won't put coins in it. I'll probably put something else. I don't know what. I'll probably do. Probably put it in the fire. If you know me, I've got so many little things that will probably, with that oil in it, burn well. So probably keep me warm later on. Right, okay, guys. Toodle pips. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.